back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of skincare, a little bit of getting ready. I'm going to also be answering a bunch of your guys' questions that I probably haven't even answered before. This video is sponsored by Clarins, so I'm gonna show you guys one of my new favorite serums from them and how to apply it, and something different that I do in the morning when I'm getting ready. A lot of times I show you guys my nighttime skincare and it's a lot more intensive. Something I like to do in the morning is keep it really, really simple, especially if I'm like on the go. I'm very forgetful in the morning because I like to sleep in. Oops. What I like to do is honestly in the morning splash my face with cold water. A, it wakes you up. B, it's really good for your pores and your skin. It tightens everything. It just cools it down. I feel like I get a little bit puffy in the morning no matter what. Deflates my skin and makes it feel just super cool and super fresh. And it's just really good for your mind because it like actually physically wakes you up. And since I do a lot of skincare at night, I like to just splash my face with water in the morning as well because I don't want to like overwash or over skincare my face. I like to keep it like nourished and healthy and natural. I feel like just splashing the water kind of gets rid of anything, and then I'm not over cleansing or anything like that. After I splash my face and I pat it dry, you can feel it's like really like bouncy and fresh and just revitalized. Maybe even give yourself a little bit of a cooling situation. It just feels like you're like waking up. Then I'm gonna be using this new serum from Clarins that I got. They have unique expertise in phytochemistry and they're considered pioneers in the fields of plant science and technology. Facial serums are formulas highly concentrated and active ingredients targeted to specific skin concerns. They help revitalize your skin from the inside out and also boost the performance of your moisturizer when applied afterwards. This is the double serum. The double serum is a 2-in-1 formula, part hydrate and part lipidic, powered by 21 plant extracts that addresses all the visible signs of aging. So when you have just like fine lines and you're developing wrinkles, I'm always about just like preventative. And then also you kind of just like sometimes lack radiance when you're growing up, when you're getting tired, you're just working a lot. And so serums are like I said, highly concentrated. And the fact that this has 21 plant extracts in it, like, oh, that is what I love, you guys. Literally after 7 days of using this, you get like visibly firmer, smoother, and more radiant skin. It's like really, really, really powerful. I really like the benefits of the more even skin tone. So as you can see, like I used to have a lot of breakouts that made it just like really kind of blotchy. And luckily I have freckles so I can like kind of get away with it. But I really do still strive for that even kind of skin tone. And this is, the star ingredient in the serum is turmeric. It's actually known to protect and restore skin. I like to be really gentle to my skin in the morning. So I take some of the serum and first you want to warm it up in your hands. And then the actual correct way to apply serum, you really want to get it in your skin. You just want to pat it and kind of just like drain. And it smells so good. And this way you know the serum's not just sitting on top of your skin, you're lightly pressing it into your skin. And it's super good for that quick, easy, just like morning routine so that you can focus on everything else you have to do and know that your skin is taken care of. Then I'll just go in and pat a quick moisturizer on. Serums actually help your skin drink up the moisturizer as well. I don't want to clog my pores. I don't want to do too much. It's really good to sometimes just let your skin be healthy and just give it all of those amazing ingredients to have it just be clean and fresh throughout the day. So you can find your serum match. This was obviously mine at clarinsusa.com. All you have to do is go down to the description box for all the details and find your match. Before I do all of this, I do my celery juice as well, so that like while I'm just kind of getting ready in the morning, the celery juice is like doing its thing before I need to like eat breakfast or anything like that. Then I'm gonna look at some of your guys' questions while I do a quick look for like an everyday, just like on the go, super fast and easy. First question, why did your brother move in with you? I don't know if I've like fully addressed this, but obviously my brother lives with me. He and I are like a 1.5 years apart. We're really, really close. We're like always have been best friends. I'm just putting on like a tinted moisturizer that has a little bit of glow in it, so that it still looks really natural. He went to college and obviously had roommates and like student housing and all that stuff. And then a lot of his friends went on and like got jobs. And he actually lived with Hunter March, if you guys know Hunter, for like 1 year. And then all of his friends had jobs and had moved and I happened to be moving. So I was like, if I get an extra bedroom, would you want to live with me so that like I can take care of you while you go back to school. And obviously, what brother doesn't want that? So he moved in with me. How has your faith helped with living in LA? I think it's definitely helped a lot, just because like I have that foundation that I grew up with. Having that foundation, moving to a new place where like you can kind of change and let other people's values and stuff kind of get in the way of yours. So I'm really, really close with my family, and they have like a really great spiritual life. So it's just something I've always kept really close to me, and it goes in waves of like how much I practice, or you know, like how much I let my anxiety take over, but it's something that keeps me really grounded and it keeps me connected, especially living in a city that can be like really crazy. Someone said, I would love to hear more about you and Cam and how you've changed since dating, because you always say how much he helped you. I'm just using concealer like in the blemish spots, like nothing crazy. And I like to apply everything with my hands so that it just like warms in. I think I say that I've changed when I dated Cam, because I was just kind of like in my own world, and he's really just like seen the best in me, and therefore has been able to like push me to be the best version of myself. Just kind of like holds me really accountable, and we just really support each other. He's just such a good influence on my life that I'm just like really glad that I have a partner that like pushes me to be the best version of myself and like holds me accountable, because I feel like it's helped me grow a lot. At the end of the day, like it just makes me really just like happy and like comfortable. Like I hate the word change because I feel like there's such a negative connotation with it, but I feel like we've just like grown so much together because we are like so supportive, just like want the best for each other. Someone said, what's the hardest part of your job? I think the hardest part is like really obvious because everyone talks about it. No one else can do my job besides me. So it's not like I have a coworker where I'm like, hey, can you do this for me? Can you like turn this in for me? Since it is just me, I have to like be on camera. So even if I'm in a really bad mood or I have, you know, things I need to do, it doesn't really matter how I'm feeling because I have to do them. So it's not like I can just show up to work and sit at a desk and like be sad and just work on the computer. I have to like really turn it on, be entertaining no matter what. It's just like a lot of pressure to keep up with consistency and to be the best version of myself on the internet 24/7 when like that's obviously not humanly possible. Someone said, why is Cameron never with you? I mean, that's not really true. Obviously Cameron and I don't live together. We're not that kind of couple that just like does everything together, because we are like, I'm really work oriented. So like honestly, when we see each other, we really just spend time together, and I'm not like putting it all over the internet because like I feel like my career isn't based on my relationship. You might think that Cameron and I aren't really together, but it's because I'm probably just not posting when I'm with him. And I'm probably just actually enjoying my time with him. I like being by myself and I like working really hard. I don't know, I like that he supports me and that we kind of let each other have our own lives and then also spend time together as well. A lot of people said, when are you and Cam getting married? I totally get that it's like the normal question to ask people that have been dating for a while. Like I ask people that all the time. I'm 25, I'll be 26 this year, and in my ideal world, I would be married around 30. That would be nice. I just feel like in LA, people get married a lot older, whereas like where I'm from, people get married a lot younger. So I feel like around 30 is like a solid kind of like compromise. We like talk about it every now and then, but it's not like the main priority in our lives right now because we're already in a committed relationship. We wouldn't be dating each other unless we didn't see a future together, which we do, but it's not like we're going ring shopping. You know what I mean? Someone asked, what's my dream engagement ring? So I actually do have a dream engagement ring. It's very specific, and I'm not gonna show a picture because I don't want anyone to steal it from me because I'm a psycho. My mom always said that I would turn into Bridezilla, and I was like, what are you talking about? I probably will. It's like an emerald cut, but it's like super like rounded on the edges, and then the way that it's like set, it's like you can't see the clasps on the sides, and it's just like really, really specific, and it's gonna have a thin gold band, it's gonna be like this nice emerald, just like cushy and cute, no halo, no cushion, no like setting, just like classic, and just like, Yeah, so I have that picture saved in my phone. Someone said, are you still friends with Jen, and what happened to the project with Jen? I never really talk about this stuff, like ever, because I don't know, I feel like I'm like not even like that cool of a YouTuber to be like, here's the tea. But I literally talked to Jen yesterday. Honestly, I feel like people just like grow apart sometimes for no reason. We have like nothing but like love and like support like for each other, like truly, honestly. Like we literally talked 2 days ago our lives just kind of like grew apart. We were both in like different phases of our lives. We still saw each other a lot, but not in the same way we used to, obviously, when we lived together. And then once we both moved out of living in the same place, we just kind of like honestly grew apart. There's literally no bad blood between us, like at all. We still keep in touch, we still talk. He's still someone that's like really, really important in my life. We just kind of like are on different schedules and we just kind of like do different things. So it's like we keep in touch. I'm not the kind of person that like sees a million people every week. Like I don't really like hang out with someone every single day. So for me, it's more important to just like have that positive relationship, even if you don't see each other all the time. And then what happened with the project is we were kind of pitching this project out. We wanted to do a show together, and it was in a really weird time of the production company, honestly, too, was kind of like dissolving. So there were just so many factors that honestly made it like not really happen. Just kind of went on to doing different projects in our own life. So a lot of people ask, will XLE ever have plus size? I have some like really big, like exciting XLE stuff coming in the future, but it's something that I'm like working really hard on, and I can't really fully disclose things yet, but it's one of my like top priorities, honestly. And I want everyone to be able to wear the stuff that I make. So it's literally one of my main priorities for 2020, and hopefully I can share more with you guys soon. That's annoying, but it's the truth. Someone said, why don't you hang out with your roommates anymore? Jen, Andrea, Arden. Same thing, we kind of grew apart. I think we all lived together when we were really young. I have this saying where I'm like, I'll never judge someone or hold it against them for the thing that they did to me when we were like 16, 19, 20. Because you're just like a kid. Like a lot of us were basically each other's like high school and college friends, and we were all just like immature and literally moving to LA for the first time. So like I have like no bad blood for like basically anyone, because I was kind of a crappy person when I was 19. I wasn't perfect at all. So like I think that like deep down I really cared, and like maybe I didn't express it correctly. But I don't want to move forward in my life having any bad blood with anyone. So unless they like really hurt me, I don't hold anything against them. So in the instance of like Andrea, Arden, and Jen, none of them have really hurt me. We were just young and we were just girls. And I feel like we've all grown up so much. Some of us have grown apart. We were all in a really weird stage of our lives, and I still keep in touch with Arden and Jen, and that's about it. Someone said, more about your other siblings. So I haven't shown my siblings in literally forever. Obviously I live with my brother Hudson, and then I have 2 other siblings back in Chicago. We have a 10-year age gap. So me and Hudson are in our 20s and they're both in high school. We're a really tight-knit family. We're really close. I love my siblings more than anything in the entire world. So my youngest 2 siblings, and then me and Hudson, we both have different dads. So me and Hudson came from the same dad, and the other 2 siblings came from a different dad. So technically we're half siblings, but I literally never say that ever, because I was there for the birth of both of my other siblings. We were raised together. We have the same mom. It just doesn't feel like that at all. It doesn't feel like I have half siblings. It's like weird when I even remember that technically we are. And we're all just like really creative. We're all really similar, but we all have these like little differences. And whenever we're together, it's just like absolutely wild. My mom basically had me when she was like 22, and then she had 4 kids. So I just like don't know. Like if I was my mom right now, I would have like a 3 or a 4-year-old. Like that's crazy. I don't know how she does it. And then we're all insane, so I don't know how she puts up with us. Someone said, do you want children one day? If so, how many? I definitely want children one day. It's like, I'm a Cancer, which means I'm like a homebody and like a mom and like a caretaker. And then also growing up with my siblings, I know how to take care of babies because I grew up with babies. I'm just really maternal. Like I know it's like one of the things I'm most excited for in life, which is like this weird balance of like, ooh, I want to be a girl boss, but then in the back of my mind I'm like, all I want to do is have a baby at the same time. And I know that like in 2020 it's like, be a strong independent woman who don't need no man, and I'm like, I need the man because I want the baby. I've always said for so long that I feel like I'm gonna peak as a human being when I'm a mom. Like I'm so excited for that in the future. And I definitely want more than 1 kid because I don't want to have an only child. I loved having siblings, so I wouldn't just want to have 1 kid. But after 2, it's like that becomes expensive. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Like maybe have more than 2, but I don't know. Someone said, do you ever regret not getting that fun college experience? I definitely used to regret it a lot. I think I'm at the age now where it doesn't bother me anymore. I used to get like really bummed about having to grow up so fast and not get those experiences. It really hit me once all my friends graduated from college and moved back home. And then I like actually was like, wait, oh my God, like you're all back home and I'm still gone. Realization of like, oh my God, like I'm never going back home. Like all my friends are back home. They all had these experiences, like, and they're all like starting to work, and like I've been doing this stuff for years. And so it was just kind of like a bummer. Like I always struggle with this thing of like, I just want to be normal. I just want to be like everyone else. And it's something that I've worked a lot on, of like not comparing myself to other people. So I think I'm at the age now where like the fun college experience doesn't really bother me. Obviously I wouldn't want to change anything, but if I could do a different version all over again, I definitely would like do like a college thing and like care about school and like do that stuff. But obviously I ended up here, so it's totally fine. Someone said, what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't doing what you're doing? Realistically, I would probably be doing something in social media. Like I would probably be working for like Goop or like Teen Vogue or Refinery 29. Like I'd be working for like something like that. I know I said like how maternal I am and whatever, but like there's nothing that makes me happier than kids. And so I always wanted to be like a special ed teacher when I was younger, or just like work with kids somehow, or like work in a hospital somehow, like just like something like that. Like if I just like took away all the social media and stuff and it just didn't exist, I'd 100% be working with kids. Someone said, what happened with your old assistant? I haven't brought this up on purpose because I just think it's kind of personal, and it's also business. Just because people know who my old assistant was doesn't mean that it's not a normal thing for me to have employees come and go. I've gone through so many different employees on my team, like in total good situations, in total bad situations. I've had to fire people before. It's the worst thing in the entire world. I really don't recommend it. But so I just like never brought it up because it was just like business, and then it was just personal because obviously we're friends as well. So I just have been doing a lot of restructuring in my business, and that's kind of what I'm doing in 2020. And I wanted her to just go on and have other experiences and do other stuff. She'd been working for me for a really long time. I love you, and I need different help anyway, so voila. Before Cam, did you ever have dating because #dad problems? A lot of people ask about like, do I have a relationship with my dad, or like, do I have a dad, like all this stuff. I like to joke saying that I don't have a dad, but that's a coping mechanism. I don't have a father-daughter relationship in my life. I haven't truly really ever had one, and that's why my mom and I are so close, and I'm really, really attached to her. I struggled a lot with like attachment and like separation anxiety from my mom. I never really realized how it affected me till I was an adult. So I never really cared that I had divorced parents growing up. I never really cared that I didn't have a dad like everyone else did growing up. And then once I was an adult and I started seeing people that I knew becoming dads and like getting their having their dads walk them down the aisle, I kind of saw it from a different lens. So I've definitely had to work through a bunch of that stuff so that I don't have daddy issues, because I think it's really, really easy to have those things and not even really realize why you have them. So that definitely happened to me. My grandpa is like my everything to me, and he's like the male figure in my life. And I've definitely struggled with like different like versions of daddy issues, because like when Cameron kind of like tells me to do something, I've never had a man tell me what to do before, so I'm like, why are you talking to me? It made me like a really, really strong person. How to overcome financial instability. Someone also said, do you ever get stressed about money? How do I explain this? I realized that when you buy something that you don't need, it doesn't actually give you joy. And since like when I got a new car, because I traded in my old car, it didn't change anything in my life. It didn't make me happier. It was cool, and I was like grateful, and it was amazing, but it didn't like bring me joy. What brought me joy was like actually connecting with my boyfriend and laughing so hard and like falling asleep with someone that I love. I know it sounds cheesy. If you focus so much on money for happiness, it truly, money can't buy you happiness. Like, yeah, it's exciting getting something new and like going out and splurging, but those are just like such like fleeting little moments. So the way I stopped stressing over money so much is like knowing that it's just really thinking like, okay, what do I need? And then you kind of start saving more money, because you're like, stop buying things that you don't need. So I get really stressed about money because it kind of all falls on me. Someone asked if I'm a millionaire. Hate to break it to you, I'm not. I get really stressed about money because I've supported myself since I was 19 years old. And I've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the past 6 years. And being young and making money is very confusing, and it's very hard to figure out, and there's taxes and there's savings and there's all this stuff. So it's definitely something that you want to make a priority, because having financial stress is like one of the worst feelings in the world, and I've felt it before. I just honestly now, like, I just value other things, so therefore I don't spend as much money. And when I do spend money on something, I really think about it. And I know that like those things don't bring me joy, and what brings me joy is not having to stress about money. So if I don't spend money, then I don't have stress. Like that's why like you see me spending money on like skincare and like blankets and like just things that I know that like actually bring me like personal joy because they make me feel the best version of myself. Can you talk about you and Claudia's friendship? I consider her, besides obviously my high school friends, one of like my oldest like and just closest friend. Like I consider her like family, honestly, because we've known each other since we were so young and we've been through so much together, and no matter what, we can always get together and just talk like nothing's changed. We've literally been through so many different chapters of our life together, but we've always been so supportive of each other. We've never turned on each other. We just like kind of always want the best for each other. And so honestly, like she's one of the people that I'm like most grateful for in my life. I know that I'm never gonna have to worry about not having that friendship in my life because we always are rooting for each other and we're always there for each other. Having a female friendship like that is so important, and she's gotten me through like such like tough times. Like she's never turned her back on me. She's always been supportive of me, and she just like is someone that is such a positive influence in my life and just such a strong female energy in my life. Just like really grateful to have someone in my life for so long that I know I can just always go over, sit on her couch and just like have that like powerful female friendship. Obviously I don't usually take that long to do my makeup. I literally just do tinted moisturizer, a little bit of powder, a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of matte eyebrow gel, mascara. I washed my hair last night, but it did not like sleep well. So usually when it's like this, I figure out a way to pretend I'm Hailey Bieber and like do a bun. I got like so many questions. I feel like I answered most of the ones that were like more personal and things I don't usually talk about. Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions. Thank you to Clarins for sponsoring this video. I'm obsessed with the serum, and you guys can get your match in the description box below. I'll be back in just a few days with another vlog. Make sure to follow me on Instagram for more daily updates. Listen to the podcast, like, subscribe, comment. If I didn't get to a question, let me know if there's like a crazy question that I didn't answer, because I feel like I covered all the things that I usually avoid talking about. I mean, honestly, there's just really nothing exciting with my makeup, so I figured I would at least answer questions while doing it. I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you soon. Bye.